What is up, YouTube? And before I even start, I'm going to apologize for the fact that I probably am clogged. I'm clogging up the notifications, basically because I keep going live and that. And half the time the notification doesn't work, but I'm definitely jamming up a lot of people's notifications right now because I keep going live and then going off live. But it's basically because it's so hard to. I had to stop for a good hour or so. And I retried it and it didn't work. How is it saying my phone is not charging? Let me use this other charger. And still not charging. I'm going to have to plug this in over here. Okay. So, is anyone here? Anyone watching? Guess not. I put for the thing back when I was doing the other live stream. I had to leave basically to pick up these tanks. These 40 gallons right here. These will be going on the snake rack over there. But they were, actually I got them secondhand from a place that I was given to them by a place that didn't need them anymore. I volunteer over there. But I basically had them. I was thinking about eventually getting them set up in that. But then I had a cousin who basically needed some tanks. I knew I wasn't going to need them before he eventually would need them. So I let him borrow. I basically have them. I wasn't worried about getting them back at the time because I thought I'd probably be able to find them a lot easier than it's been looking around for them. And he had snappers in them, but he recently rehomed his snappers basically because he's just looking to they're getting a little bit big for a 40 gallon. The one that was like a wild caught snapper he had, he leased that one back to the same spot, and then the other one, I believe he rehomed it to someone else with like a bigger indoor pond or something like that. But he basically he's basically getting out of the hobby for right now. He said he might get back into it in the future, but he just kind of in the apartment he had, it took up a whole lot of space. Yeah, I currently have these 40s back, 2 of them. I also got the heat mats recently, the size 440. I'm going to be upgrading my ball pythons pretty soon. Doing a whole bunch of changes with that rack. The way I'm envisioning it, it's going to look really crazy. Believe me on that one, it's going to look crazy for a little while. But eventually, I do want to get them to a rack system. Have 40 gallon tanks as well as a rack system. So some will be more display, some will be more conventional. But yeah, that is what's going on with those. I'm not going to set them up tonight, definitely, because it's like 11. I know. I tried to do a live actually earlier in the day, way back, and I was talking to the camera for like 30 minutes, and I had the actual successful live on the all-time reptiles and platinum scales. Just watching for a quick minute. Yeah, that's what's been going on with that. What else is going on? I explained in the previous video everything, the genetics and all that going on with the leopard geckos, those 2 new hatchlings. And I think I also might have mentioned I'll be going to the Cleveland Zoo. A whole lot of cool reptiles in that there. Not sure if anyone's still watching. If not, this is live. If this goes out or something like that, this is the last time I'm going live today. I've been live on and off a few times. Sometimes there's been like a connection issue, or it was like vertical one time, but right now I'm just kind of just chilling with 40-gallon tanks, talking to the camera. So, saying one viewer, Solar the Hedgehog, how are you? Just doing a live stream. But that decent value. We got the 40s. Gonna be setting them up. Not tomorrow, since I'm going up to Columbus. Maybe tomorrow afternoon, but actually tomorrow afternoon, I have to film more Monday. I'm definitely gonna be doing tugs now. And for a minute, I did think that one baby was Eclipse, one blue hatchling. But it doesn't look like Eclipse, so I'm not gonna do a video on Eclipse. I know that's another simple recessive that I'd like to do eventually. But how long do you guys think the seasons for Morph Monday should be? At first, I was thinking of making it not like a whole like season. You guys have to wait a year. Jay's balls. What is going on? But yeah, I just started live stream, just kind of talking reptile related. We got the 40s earlier today. These are my 40s that I lent to my cousin, and he had snappers in them. But he didn't. He rehung the snappers because they're starting to get big and that, and he didn't have time. He's just basically trying to get out the hobby. So these are my tanks I gave to him, and I just recently got them back. So how were your reptiles and all that doing? 3 viewers now, it's saying. What's up, Solar? Yeah, I'll eventually be setting these up. Not now, but pretty soon. These two, I'll move the camera, are probably going to be going here and here. I might move those 29s up on the top, because the 29s, they literally only take up half the rack. But since I have the bar of wood across in the middle ones, I can't obviously put them that way. But even if they're over on this side, there's a lot of space over there. So that kind of gives you an idea of what I'm going to be doing in the next few months with that. Originally, down like there, where the turtle pool is, that was supposed to be a ball python rack as well. I just built it for 440s back when I didn't realize how unconventional tanks are for keeping ball pythons in that. I thought 40s would definitely be a good idea, but definitely I'm gonna keep the rack, but I'm also keep the tank rack, but I'm also gonna eventually this winter be getting more of like a rack, actual tub style rack as well. But yeah, what's going on with you guys? Your reptiles? So you're mostly focused on geckos right now, I guess. Yeah, I have 23 geckos right now, but I'm trying to get more into ball pythons and that, as well as fish. I also breed better than that, but this time of the season, I'm mostly focused on leopard geckos. Mine are good, waiting for the hatchlings. They're doing fine. Mine are good, waiting for the hatchlings to shut out. Cool. That's really cool. Yeah, I have the ones that recently hatched. They're doing pretty well. I'm not gonna re-explain everything with this live stream, just because I just explained in the last one. But basically, they're either trumper out. I crossed 2 tangerines, and one somehow the female had the father wasn't the male I bred her to, but the male she was with before, and that was a Tugsna Eclipse. I'll be back later. I'm doing a drawing. Okay, Solar. But yeah, so my one ball python right now, Kindu, my pastel, She is currently shedding. She just hit 420 or so grams. I saw part of the lab today on replay. The babies look good. Thanks. I'm probably not going to get them out because I had them out a lot today. I do definitely want to let them be a little bit. Thank you. I could definitely bring out Yonde or any of the other geckos, but I'm just going to give them a little bit of time to rest since they are really young, hardly even a day old at this point. But yeah, the one actually looked like it might be shedding soon. A whole lot of my geckos are shedding for some reason. Understandable. Don't want to stress them out. I want to hold all my hatchlings, but no, I need to wait. Yeah, I had them out a little bit earlier, but still definitely don't want to stress them out all too much because I've definitely had them out a little bit, not too much, but I'm gonna leave them alone tonight. But Kindu's shedding. I'll probably get out, I guess, Yonde or someone. I don't even know. I just do partially I just like talking to the other people in the reptile community. A lot of my snakes will shed together, almost like they're on a cycle. Maybe the same with geckos. I know my ball pythons used to do that all the time. I'd have Kindu and Yonde, and then the one had just shed, and the other two would start going in the shed. I bought one gecko from IDR, but it doesn't live here yet. Cool. IDR is like I don't know what reptile breed, but that's really cool. What type? It's intelligent design reptiles. I've never heard. I'll definitely have to check that out because that sounds pretty cool. But it's a leopard gecko or like a crested African fat tail. Really cool. I'll get. I guess I could get one of the geckos. Check them out. They do auctions every week. Cool. Actually, I'll bring out one of my coolest looking geckos. This is my melanistic. I need to move 40 over a bit to get to this tank. I brought the Blizzard too, just because they're in the same thing. It's a really cool leopard gecko, but I'm not up to the leopard gecko genetics, so I don't remember. That's kind of how I am with like ball pythons and that. I'm just like I know the basic genetics, like the blue-eyed leucistic, all the lesser Mojave, a lot of the different codominants and all that, banana, albino, caramel. I know a decent amount of the morphs enough to get by, but I definitely like GHI, champagne. I'm just starting to learn gravel, leopard, a lot of the different combos like that. It seems like learning is never ending. I know, yeah, it definitely does. Yeah. So this is my melanistic. And that's another thing that, like with the leopard gecko community, like how melanin, that's a major thing that, and all getting the black geckos hasn't yet. I think they produced, actually Ron Trepper, they said, produced all black gecko. That one is cool, thanks. But yeah, Ron Trepper, I know he produced like an all black one with like a black stomach, I believe, as well. But all black geckos are super rare. And it's disputed whether it's recessive or whether it's polygenic. So the way I'm breeding this way, I'm breeding this to an albino, bell albino maxina. So it's visual. albino and also visual codominant. Oh, Tremper is named after a person. Yeah, Tremper albino. Ron Tremper produced a whole lot of different leopard gecko morphs. Tremper albinos. A lot of the crosses with them. He's a lot of times they'll call them the Texas albinos because Ron Tremper is down. His facility is down in Tremper. I mean down in Texas. But he produced Diablo Blancos, Giants. I'm not sure about Super Giants as well, but I think he had a lot to do with Sunglows. I think a lot of the Galaxy stuff they had coming out. But definitely a whole lot of the stuff is Ron Tremper. And he does a really cool facility too. I believe he used to do like YouTube videos, but it wasn't like too into depth on all the morphs and that. It's kind of into depth on it, but I think there's like a facility tour if you look it up. And that, and he has, if you look up leopardgeckos.com, he has his geckos on there. But Tangelos, that's really awesome. Where are you going? I need to get her down. Okay, come on down. I'm just gonna leave her up there. I know this is the one thing. She'll do this all the time. Just get up there, and I really can't get her off my back too well. But I'm gonna have to go get her 1 second. Because now she's on my back. One second. Okay, she's okay. She's jumping around now. She's all good. That's really awesome. Mine has something with Tremper, possible supergiant maybe. LOL. My fault, I just locked out the camera. Maybe I need to find out. Really cool. Supergiant. In leopard geckos, basically, the basic morphs are, for recessive, it's Tremper albino, Bell albino, Rainwater albino. If you mix any of the 3 albinos, you'll get all normals het for either one of the 2 albinos. So they both can't show up because they're both on the same allele of the gene. Blizzards, like this guy right here, which are all gray animal. And Murphy's patternless, which is basically just like the blizzard, except instead of being gray, turning, because blizzards, they start off real dark gray, and they kind of turn to a white. So they mostly like to chill. Where are you going? Wait, I can't read the comment. So they mostly like to chill once they grow up a little. Really looking forward to getting mine. Yeah, they definitely have different personalities. The blizzard is cool too. Thanks. This guy here, Morocco. I originally started the name series, naming my geckos after countries. I got Iran, and this one right here is actually the second one I got. I've got a lot of geckos over the years. But this is actually the second gecko I got. Iran's over there too. But that's Iraq there. I named them, basically started out with the country theme. Just because they come from the Middle East. So. I think I saw another comment. Man, it's going to be to get... Man, I'm going to get hooked on geckos as bad as ball pythons. Yeah, I mean, geckos, there's definitely, from what I see, there's definitely a whole lot more ball python genetics. I think it's a lot harder to learn that. Because I've been learning ball python stuff for, I guess, the past year, because I've been keeping ball pythons for, like, actually a little over a year, I've known. But there's still definitely a whole lot of stuff I don't know about ball python morphs. But like a lot of like the lemon frost stuff coming out with leopard geckos, that type of stuff, I'm not all too familiar with. Pastel was another one Ron Tremper's working with. I believe it's like a polygenic, like blazes out a pastel, not pastel ball python, but which is a really common ball python morph, but pastel leopard gecko, which is I think it only occurs in trumpers. Hey, Platinum Scales. So how are you doing? What's up, Platinum Scales? Just talking leopard geckos and ball pythons, and we were just discussing. Very interesting theme for the names. Always interesting to hear how other people pick names. Mine definitely don't have a theme. Yeah, I mean, mine, the only ones that don't have a theme, that don't go with that theme, I guess, or Kurdistan, which isn't a technical country, it's like a region. I just named it Kurdistan, but it may very well be a country soon. Sunset, which is my sister's gecko, and then the hatchlings I don't name after countries. The hatchlings. I'm doing great, man. Ever figure out what the mystery gecko is? Yes, I did. I was explaining that in the other live stream. I'm not gonna get them out because I did. What's up, Platinum? I'm not gonna get them out because I had them out earlier today in the live stream. I just kind of want to let them rest a bit. But I believe they are actually the female I bred them to. All my animals have Harry Potter names except one. Cool, that's really cool. I definitely have a really odd naming themes because for the ball pythons, I named them all after cities. Platinum scale reptiles. Hey Jay. The tiger salamanders I started naming after. If you guys are you probably guys will know the series, but Meerkat Manor. I named the leopard gecko Whiskers after the Whiskers group from Meerkat Manor. I named the other one Lazuli. I think the other ones I named because I was real into that a lot back then. Meerkat Manor and different Meerkat. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely what I was discussing a minute before. There's definitely parents are pretty cool to let you have that many. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. I still definitely do check in with all before I get anything. I still do definitely get to get permission in that. But my mom actually, she really likes the ball pythons. The one actually she's about to buy herself. I'm back, Solar Hedgehog. Yeah, my mom really likes the leopard geckos and the ball pythons. My father, he's kind of into them. He likes them, but he doesn't dislike them. He thinks they're cool. But my mom, she's not like super into it. But she kind of likes it. These two, the two I have out are actually some of her favorites. As well as Yande. But she really loves snakes. And also fish as well. She has a few bettas. But I think she's like a betta and a 5 at her office. Oh, that's awesome. She likes them, and they're the least. Wait. They're at least supportive. Yeah, they definitely are. That's one thing I am very thankful for. I wouldn't say she definitely does tolerate it. But sometimes definitely with cleaning and all that, better on my desk at work. Yeah. What are you doing? Relaxing, watching him swim around all day. Yeah, definitely. That's one of the things I really like the fish tanks in that for. Because that's one of the intentions of putting the fish tanks right there. I can just sit there right by my bed and just watch the fish tank all night, and it's very relaxing, good way to go to sleep. So I have that new planet tank over there. Wait, if you guys can't see it there, but I just put driftwood and a bunch of plants there. So yeah, hoping to get that. It's cycled because I did put the cycled water net in there. I'm gonna put these guys up. I'll actually get the parents out of the 2 new geckos that hatched. Why am I in this tank? It's this tank. Okay, she's down there. So yeah, I have the mother now. But yeah, this is the mother of the 2 new ones. Yep, used to be real into cichlids, but they get more territorial as they get older and end up beating each other up. Now I like small community tanks with tetra and longfin danios and etc. Really cool. We still have the 36. She's pretty. Thanks. This one's she's not actually super hypo because she has a spot or 2 on the tail. But hypo tangerine, carrot tail. Solar the Hedgehog is back. Cool. Thanks, Solar. This is actually Solar's gecko. My sister Solar watching in the other room. This is actually Sunset, her gecko. But yeah, cichlids. We used to have a few cichlids in a 36, I believe. They're like younger cichlids that we were growing out before. I have like a 90 downstairs that Simon's in. I was thinking of possibly getting cichlids, but I mean, with whenever he does move out to the turtle yard, but since it does get colder here, I'll probably have to move him back in. So I'd have to get smaller tanks, individual, like probably 3 or 4, like 50 gallons or something to put cichlids in. So that'd be a whole lot of work if I did do that. Who's still watching? Give me a hey if you're still watching, because it's not showing up on the thing. That is, okay. 1 second. Okay. I'll get the father out, because I thought the father was actually my other tangerine male, but ended up actually being my tug snow male that I had her in with really a while ago before. And for a whole long time, neither of the 2 females, neither the albino or this female, were getting pregnant about to lay egg at all. Because he also, we took him like to the doctor and that. We thought he had a prolapse earlier this year, but he didn't. It's just plugs. So we're gonna put her back. And this is presumably the father. The father might be the other male, but the other male would have to be het, Eclipse and Trumper. Not Eclipse, but it would have to be het Trumper. Because at first I was thinking those were Eclipse, but they're definitely Snow. Yep, tons of work for cichlids. They they can retain like ball pythons. Yeah, they can't. I don't believe that they can retain over years. But definitely, if you breed one female to a male, she can definitely. That's enough to for her to breed a few times in a row. But it's just really odd since I did pair her to the second male. Um, so it's just kind of odd because I'd assumed it'd probably be the second male I bred her to. Since the first male, this guy, for a long time she wasn't in there getting pregnant at all. Um, and I put her in with the second male, and just out of nowhere, she laid eggs, and so I'd assume that they'd be from the second male, but they're actually from the first male. Most likely, I'm still not sure. I'm gonna have to, because they look like they could just be Tremper if he's possible het Tremper, because she's possible het Tremper Eclipse. Interesting. I'll breed them because my plate is already getting full, but good info. Yeah, I definitely know how that, because I definitely, with all these in tanks too, because those like the 10 gallons in that, I'm going to be upgrading to 20s. But definitely, they can take up a lot of space. I think I'm honestly doing, the fact that I do this on a tank system takes up way more space. It gives them more space, but I keep them in groups too. And I keep one male to, on average, one male to two females. And that usually works pretty well. And during the winter seasons and that, I do keep the males further away. Let me turn down the brightness because my phone is on 4%. But yeah, there are three types of snows. I started to explain the different morphs. There's Eclipse. Basically, Eclipse is the eye trait, where the eye is like a solid black. And this guy is possible het Eclipse, and he's obviously het for Tremper if those eggs hatched out as Trempers. So, but this is my definitely one of my biggest geckos. He actually used to be one of my most handleable geckos, except recently. He's perfectly fine with like just like this. But recently, if you kind of pick him up like this, he'll kind of squirm and panic. But yeah. Not sure who's still watching because it's definitely not popping up on the thing. Hopefully mine will at least that chill. This one actually is probably probably one of my more chill leopard geckos. If you want me to bring out, so they definitely have completely, from gecko to gecko, you have to just know which ones are more chill, which ones aren't. Taya, the other co-runner of the channel, she rarely posts, but she has a leopard gecko. I think the leopard gecko screaming video that she had on it one time. If you pick up that leopard gecko will scream and bite. Like I put gloves on just to go in the tank because I know that I go in that tank, I know I'm gonna get bit. And it's not that their bites hurt; it's just that I really don't feel like getting bit. But that leopard gecko is a very aggressive leopard gecko. I believe he's a female, but it was definitely incubated for male if he's that aggressive of a female. What tank did you use from this tank? Because I started going in the wrong tank to get the gecko in the first place. Here is a much more active gecko. Platinum scale, I'm not sure if you're still watching. She's shedding. But, oh, Um, Gloves for leopard geckos. Never would have thought of that. LOL. I used to actually use a lot of purple, like in every single video. If you like go back like to my older videos, I always used to wear like I had just a whole box of gloves, because my grandma, she was a nurse, and I always had a bunch of gloves. But recently, basically, it just happened. She retired, so I don't have as many gloves to use. But I'd use the gloves, especially for the amphibians, but for the geckos and even like the ball pythons and that too sometimes. And it made it way easier when quarantining animals, especially like between cross-contaminating. I'd still wash my hands in between, but it just made it a whole lot easier. For the amphibians now, I really don't like ever taking the tiger, salamander, the firebelly toad, or anything out without gloves on, but sometimes I just have to moisten my hands and do so. But this girl's shedding, but she's actually being calm now, but she is one of my more active leopard geckos. She's very flighty. Her mother, she just jumped off it. That's why I love the fact that there's carpet in here. Whenever they do jump like that from a few inches, they're perfectly fine. But still not good for them. Far from not to jump like that. But the thing has not been popping up recently where it says like how many. I don't really care how many people. She's chill. I guess this one, she's being chill now. I mean, half the time she is really pretty active. She's jumping all over. This is below the. She won't jump when she knows she's higher up. But I'm gonna put her back because she is shedding. And she's also going to, she's not about to lay eggs now, but she is starting to become pregnant. Let me take a look at her, actually. Yep. Yeah, she's definitely becoming pregnant. Because that's one of the things I've slowly been able to tell. You can look at the bottom of them and tell when they are pregnant. Are they fast? It really depends on the gecko. Let me think of which one would be most flighted. It's definitely certain of some of them are, some of them aren't. She's actually one of my ones that normally is. She's being nice today. The other male that's actually in there, he's obviously not pregnant, and he just he might be shedding again soon. He's definitely getting that book to him again. But he's definitely a little more active. But they can move a lot faster than a ball python, obviously, but not like super fast. My emerald swift lizard jumped from at least 4 feet in the air the first day. I got him so fast, my heart stopped. Won't let me handle him to this day. Then they're definitely probably a little bit slower than that. That is, yeah, they're definitely probably slower than that then. But I don't know. Now this is. Whoa. What are you doing? This is Pakistan. He is one of my males. He's an apter. So basically, an apter is a tremper, patternless stripe, not pattern, but tremper patternless, and eclipse in it. It's 100%. Anything that's apter is 100% het for eclipse, and which basically the eclipse is that full eye color. And whenever you add the eclipse to it, if it's 100% eclipse, what you'll get is a raptor. The other little hatchling up there, his son is the one that's a few weeks old, not the newer ones. that one is after. But once you, yeah, he's really cool. Thank you. Um, he's trying to make way for me now. Where are you going? I always keep this guy pretty low. So will you try to breed most of these? This guy, most of mine here are breeders. Some obviously like my younger ones I'm not breeding now. But I have really right now that group I really can't even call a colony. But I move. Usually I keep the same group from the year, 1 year throughout the whole year, but most of them I am breeding. Yeah. This one's actually earlier this year. He had a whole bunch of most of the clutches I gained from my Tremper Jungle females were from him. Right now, I'm not. They're not breeding because they lost a whole. They're been out. There's basically at the beginning of the breeding season, they lay probably 3 or 4 clutches each, and they lost a whole lot of weight from that. So they're definitely not breeding anymore this season. But right now, I'm breeding him to my Trempers. So you breed after the Tremper, you're gonna get 100% Tremper. 100% will be Tremper. 50% of those will be 100% heck for Eclipse. So half of them will be 100% heck for Eclipse. 100% will be just Tremper. If you breed Raptor to Tremper, I believe you'll get. I'm not sure. Either way, Raptor to Tremper, I think you get 100%. Yeah, Raptor to Tremper is 100%. No, yeah, 50% Tremper, 50% after. But I'm gonna put this guy back. Okay. I'll get out of this sun, I guess. But this guy recently has been a little bit more. But yeah, this is sun after. I'm gonna have to turn my phone down even more because my phone is now on 2%. If the live stream goes out, it is mostly likely because my phone is dying. But yeah. This is my little after reverse stripe. Really nice looking gecko. Really like him. He's doing great since he hatched out. So they will have multiple clutches a year. So yeah, leopard geckos, they can lay between up to actually as many as 8 clutches a year. On average, it'll be around 6 clutches a year, 5 or 6 clutches. Average is 6. Extreme high is 8. Low for a year is honestly you should have 1 clutch a year, but low is normally about 4. Most of mine I got 2 or 3, but that's because they're a lot younger. Really cute little things. Yeah. Of my geckos, I believe I have 1 juvenile that's like, and she's like 20, like a bit over 20 grams. I have the free max nose that are only around 10 grams each that I've been raising up. And then this guy, and then the 2 new hatchlings just hatched yesterday. But this guy is honestly growing really fast. He's at 6 grams already somehow. So in 2 weeks, this size is, I don't see how he's eating that much. He's doing extremely well. I guess I'll get out the snows. Yeah, with ball pythons, you can only have. I know you can only have one clutch a year for ball pythons. Um, leopard geckos average around six clutches a year. Since those were a bit smaller females, um, wow, they ain't have as many clutches that year. Also, I'm really off on the breeding season. Leopard geckos, a lot of people will hibernate them to breed. But basically, my leopard geckos, just really, I'm about 2 to 3 weeks behind on everything. And these geckos here, like, my one female is way behind the average right now. But I'm just really late in the breeding season, I guess. Because, yeah, the end of the breeding season would be like October-ish. And my geckos won't even be hatching by then. These ones that I'm going to incubate for female, if I incubated them for male, they definitely might have a chance of hatching before like October starts. But September, October is normally like the end of your breeding season. Because it's normally like February and that you'll start breeding them, start getting clutches by April or so. That's like when the start of hatching will be. And the females, every 2 weeks or so, 2 weeks after they lay eggs, they can lay another clutch. So normally about 2 clutches a month or so. So yeah. But leopard geckos, I mean, depending on their cycle, they could breed technically any time in the year. A lot of like wholesale breeders will hibernate their geckos at a certain point of the year, and that's when basically that way they have geckos year round. But that's like a lot of wholesale people that will do that and have separate groups. One that mine maternally incubated. That mine maternally incubated will end up taking a whole year off. She hasn't eaten in 3 months. Wow. That is definitely something. I actually didn't even know you could. I guess yeah, you probably could. Honestly, theoretically, I've never heard of leaving the eggs in there with the female for her to incubate them. You know a good amount about your geckos. Can I ask you how old I am? I'm 15, about to be 16. I know I got this question the other week. 15, about to be 16. Thank you. Yeah, but I definitely didn't even know that you could. I guess yeah, you definitely could because that's the way they would do it in the wild. I believe the ball python in there with the eggs for them to incubate. That's really interesting. But yeah, I definitely would take a lot. I think I actually might have heard of that before, but I haven't heard of that. Most of the people I've heard of take the eggs out. But that's definitely. But if she hasn't eaten in 3 months, yeah, she definitely might need a year off. As long as your husbandry is good, the mom does the rest. It's just their instincts. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I mean, if you have the heat in that, that's definitely something. But yeah, you're teaching me too. I'm gonna get the 40s back here because I'm starting to hurt my leg the way I'm sitting in front of the bucket. Because that's the way I always have this. I have a bucket underneath the camera, and in the bucket I have the gram scale, little thing for the gram scale. I did it mostly for experience, but will artificially incubate most of mine since my incubator can do not 6 to 8 clutches. Cool. Yeah, that's definitely uh, really interesting. My incubator, I could fit. I have a little. Actually, I don't have too good of an incubator. Took longer, but took longer no I'm not sure that no until about day 67 since they were a lower temp. Okay, because yeah, usually cut them. It's the 60. I know I'm not a ball. I've never bred ball pythons. I breed leopard geckos and that. But I'm looking to get into breed. It's day 64 or 50. It's day 50 or 64. One of those 2 days. Let me get out my banana specter guy. Yeah, on there. 55-ish days with artificial incubation. I'm back. Okay. Oh, Solar the Hedgehog wanted us to show this drawing. Really nice drawing. Really good, Solar. But yeah, she's really in the Sonic in that, so. Wow, now we're talking. Half of my clutch was banana combos. Really cool. That's basically what I'm eventually going to be breeding mostly. Because this guy's at about 200-ish grams, a little bit over that. So hopefully by this next breed, not maybe later in like this breeding season, I'll be able to breed him. Not to my pastel, but possibly something else. I'm not going to announce what I'm going to hopefully be doing. Because A, I'm not definitely guaranteeing. I'm not guaranteed on what's going to happen with everything. But yeah, you'll definitely see, I guess. I'm not going to announce that though. But he's Banana Spectre. So yeah, I'm a pastel female in a year.